I never make excuses. I was bad before I went into the Navy. I was at the helm of the U.S. Epperson flagship destroyer. We sailed into the Bay of Tonkin in Vietnam, guns blazing. Sometimes in the middle of the night, we cruise up to the coast and let the Navy SEALs off in little black rafts. They would disappear in the middle of the night. We chased a submarine once, chased it for like an hour. I'm at the helm, see? With the captains and the lieutenants, chief petty officers. A couple days later, around 4:30 a.m. Vietnam time, I'm relieved from duty. I step off the bridge. I look to the port side. I thought I saw a torpedo coming at us. Regardless if I saw that correctly or not, we did collide with the USS Hornet aircraft carrier. The explosion, pow! The ship was rocked. We listed. Water was seeking towards the gun magazine. Explosion could happen at any moment. That was my first time of uncertainty. I was uncertain. So I get home and I be trying to raise a family, having no idea how I was affected in that traumatic event. In that traumatic event, there's a gland in the brain that gets triggered and releases fluids all over the head. It makes it hard to control the emotions. So I'm sitting in my third floor apartment on St. Peter's. It was on a Friday around 4:30 in the evening. I started drinking because I said I'm Friday in it. Now, eventually I quit drinking, but I've started back, and I am concerned with that. I'm keeping an eye on it, but a large pounding was at the door because I had my headphones on doing this type of thing. So this large pounding, it started me, and I went to the door, and there was the maintenance man. I opened the door, I said, "Where's my 12-hour notice?" I suspect I became emotional and didn't know how emotional I was. When you come out of war, sometimes you be hypersensitive in your flight. Or fight set in quickly. Anyway, he ran downstairs, and next thing, a little office calling me, yelling at me, and screaming, and threatened me with a letter. All the time I said to the maintenance man, "I'm sorry," but all the time I was right, and I am right. I went to a lawyer to make sure I was right. You go to war. Don't get me wrong, I went to war to fight for the freedoms and rights that we have, and to protect that piece of paper of the Constitution. It's the only thing we have to guide us with some law and order. I believed in it, I fought for it, and it becomes emotional when you see the constitutional law violated, and I have a Fourth Amendment right to privacy and space. In your apartments, always you have a 12-hour notice. Does anybody understand what I'm talking about when I talk about 12-hour notices? So yes, I was sorry for being emotional. I couldn't control it, and it happened a few other times before that they disrespected my privacy. But hurting somebody hurts. Now how right I was, I hurt that person's feelings. And I stopped wondering about all the feelings I've hurt all over this land. And that's some pain. It's not got to do with what you're right or what you're wrong. If you be honest, you would also recognize that feeling. That's one science they're not studying, at least not yet.